as men, our kids and our significant others, they lean on us to be the pillars of their lives. In my life and just about every other grown-ass man's life, you need to be strong physically, strong mentally, strong emotionally, and strong spiritually. And here we go. Good times. Beautiful. We're a mile and a half in, we're about to hit the hill. Whenever we're doing this, how can we make it hard as possible? And you search for the biggest fucking hills. That hill's pretty fucking big. Might not look like it on here. That bitch is long and steep. Demographic of people that follow me are typically men of the ages of 25 to 55. Grown men. Men that have families. Men that like being masculine. Men that like being hardworking motherfuckers. And sometimes along the way of family and work and business and life, we get lost as men. We get lost along the way. Real life problems hit us because everybody runs into them. It's one of the reasons that I'm constantly preaching not to judge people, not to bash them, to work hard, stay focused on being a good man, being a good motherfucker for you, your family, your community. And along that comes pressure, comes weight. Before I hit the hill, I was just thinking that's why I wanted to say some shit. I do this hill 3 to 5 times and then turn around and go home for my total of 4.5 to 5 miles. But men, I cannot stress enough getting outside and doing hard shit like this. Sometimes, like, you get lost in the gym, you're not in shape, you're going to the gym, going through the same fucking routines, you're not getting better. Mentally, physically, you're kind of lost. One of the reasons I like rucking, and you don't need this expensive ass pack. You can go buy a fucking rucksack. You can go to Go Ruck, get one of their packs. I don't give a flying fuck what you use because life is getting more expensive. The economy's tough. Society's a fucking bunch of ball washing bastards. But what I'm getting at is get the fuck outside. Start doing cardio. You will feel better. You don't gotta run. You don't gotta be Cam Hanes. You don't gotta even fucking do what I'm doing. Even though I'd recommend it because I wasn't good at this at the very beginning. I'm saying get outside. I'm saying take care of your mental health. I'm saying the harder you work at certain things, the better you'll feel here and here. Because the more challenging shit that you do like this, the better you'll feel. It's also one of the reasons that we're doing the squats with Seth tours. Because whenever you get around another group of men that are encouraging you to do some really intense, hard shit, you kind of start finding a piece of you didn't know you had inside. And believe it or not, you end up falling in love with it and want more of it. And that's kind of how this occurs. And that's how it occurs with anything that's tough in life or worth doing. It's hard at first. You really don't like it. You don't feel like you got the lungs in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, you start to really fucking like it. And that's the journey. That's the process. That's the love for it. And you don't got to be the best in the world at it for it to be worth doing. And if you can, get your kids involved. Get your family involved. Take them on the walk. They don't got to carry a pack, but if they're with you, tell you what, you start acting a little bit different. Because whenever my son's around, I make sure that he knows that I am the baddest motherfucker he's ever seen. And that's part of being a parent, being a present parent, part of being a grown-ass man. So, I'm going to hit the hill. I'll be back in a minute. We're going to do it 5 times today. Going for number 2. Trip number 3. Now we're moving. Number 4. I'm feeling it. Fuck yeah. That's what it's all about. Feeling good, but kind of feeling like shit. I love it. Sun beating down on you. Sweating like a pig. It's like that fine line of euphoria and just saying fuck you, because this hill is my bitch. Own this motherfucker. But yet, just feels so good. That line is what you should chase after as often as possible. One last time. Up the fucking hill. And then we're gonna make it back home. Just about 1.5 miles. That way. It's uphill both ways. Let's go, motherfuckers. This is a little bit of a fucking bitch today. Kicking my ass. As you can probably tell by now, the videos that I'm filming are back and forth. I'm amped up and fucking gearing myself up to kick the hill's ass. And then I do it. I'm like, ooh, the hill. Ups and downs. I got my little over 1.5 miles back to the house. Little input about all this. I do this fasted, but I have a granola bar in my pocket just in case I go down. I also do this without, I'm not carrying any fluids. I wouldn't recommend it's the smartest thing to do. However, when I've been doing cardio in the morning for years, I really don't drink any fluids during it. Why? I don't know. I wouldn't say it's for any physical reason. I'd probably perform better with it. However, it's more of a mental thing. Like, you know, in bodybuilding, we all do the same shit. You know, we all do squats and hack squats, and we all do curls. It's all the same shit. All these fucking frou-frou douchebags that do their fancy shit online, we all know that the golden era is still better than them. At least I do. And they keep it old school and simple. I like to do things from a mental standpoint. How hard can I go? How hard can I make it? How difficult can I make something? That's where I find the fun and the crazy. The crazy is the fun. The fun is the crazy. And it's all relative to where you are within your journey. You know, how crazy can you be? How far can you push yourself? And it all happens in steps. I mean, I ain't going to run no fucking 100-mile marathon. I ain't about to ruck 100 miles. But I'm not saying I won't one day. Y'all got to start somewhere. And like I said at the beginning of this video, the journey, the process is all part of the fun. Where will I be 5 years from now? Where will I be 10 years from now? Tell you what, 10 years ago, if you would have told me I'd be in the position I'm in right now, I'd have said, you're full of fucking shit. It's all part of the fun. All part of the crazy. I look at it this way. I'm 38. I'll be 39 here at the end of the year. I don't think I have. I think I got less years left on this planet than I've been on this planet. So I'm gonna make the best and the most out of every single fucking day, every single month, every single year. Because just like when I was training for bodybuilding shows, I looked at everything as like weeks, but also workouts. If I was 10 weeks out, it means I had 10 more leg days. I've had 38 Christmases. I ain't gonna have 38 more. If I only got 20 Christmases left with my family, my kids, potential grandkids, I only got 30 summers left with the family, or 20, however you want to look at it. Don't break down to that many. And that's something that should help everybody gain some perspective on life and how wonderful it actually is. And at that same time, whenever we talk about longevity of life and having those 20 or 30 Christmases or however many summer vacations with the family, we also got to remember quality of life. And that's the biggest debate in our industry with steroids and bodybuilders passing is, you know, I don't want to live my next 20 or 30 Christmases not being me and loving life and being the best I can be. And that is also why when we're talking about people passing in bodybuilding and just in general with life and their decisions and their choices, you don't want to pass judgment, because we all wake up and have different battles in our lives, some more intense than others. And whenever I was going through mine with my ex and how intense it was, my kids and the issues and the mayhem, the drugs, the bad people in the world, the bad people in our lives at that time, like, it was a problem. And it helped me gain a whole lot of perspective on life whenever I was going through it. Whenever I had that going on, it was a problem in my life. And I had to focus. It didn't matter if it was Monday. It didn't matter if it was Saturday. I had to focus on being the best I could for my kids. It didn't matter what day of the week it was. Like, that problem was hanging over. Mondays didn't matter. Sundays didn't matter. And that's why I developed the phrase, you don't have problems, just more work to do. Because when you have a problem in your life, like, Mondays don't matter. You wish Sunday scaries were your fucking biggest problem. You wish the anxiety of Monday morning work was your problem. Whenever there's people out there, their kids with debilitating problems and come down with cancer, fucking saying they have 2 years left to live, and you're crying about Sunday scaries and your fucking anxiety. Idle hands do the devil's work. You got anxiety and don't know what to do with yourself and you're running around in your head, because I do that to myself. I go to work. I run. I ruck. And that's also why to be the best motherfucker you can be, because there's always somebody going through something way worse than you are. And whenever I was going through that time, I had good people that were around me that were willing to listen. They were willing to lend an ear. I didn't need a fucking hand up. I just needed an ear. And if you have the opportunity to be that person for somebody, be it. And even if they are just going through some anxious-ridden times, you know, they don't have real problems, but they're having a battle within their head, you can be the ear. You can be the person to say, hey, why don't we go do fucking 5 miles? Why don't we go to the gym together and train legs? Burn off some of that fucking anxiety. Burn it off. Because I know one thing, whenever I beat the ever-loving fuck out of my body, I'm pretty tired. And I don't have as much time to think because I'm so exhausted. You sit idly by and live in your own head, eat shitty foods, think shitty thoughts, you're going to be pretty shitty. Outside, I'd probably be just as happy if it was fucking raining, though. It'd make this thing even more of a bitch. Ha! Strong legs. Keep moving. Going through some shit. Just keep going. You're going through some shit. You got family. You got a wife. You got kids. Just keep going. As men, our kids and our significant others, they lean on us to be the pillars of their lives. And if that is the case, and it is the case in my life and just about every other grown-ass man's life, you need to be strong physically, strong mentally, strong emotionally, and strong spiritually. That means that you're going to have to work at it from every single one of those aspects as well. And it starts with the physicality of it. And once you're strong physically, you start taxing yourself mentally. whether or not this was a good idea to do this type of ruck. And then start to get emotional about it. You start thinking about life, how much better it is to be a bad motherfucker, to enjoy it, to be strong. And then after that, you start thanking the good Lord that you are alive, that you are able-bodied, and that you are able to do something that is absolutely fucking incredible with your life, because you don't have any problems. You're blessed. You're strong, you're able-bodied. 2 arms, 2 legs, beating heart, deep breathable lungs. Get outside, do some shit, do work, be strong from every single one of those aspects. And you all have yourselves a spectacular day. Slap the woman on the ass. Let her know you love her.